Picture this. It's a Wednesday afternoon, and your car makes a sound it's never made before. Not a little sound. The kind of sound that makes your stomach drop because you already know what it means. Money. And not a small amount. So you open your banking app, you look at your balance, and you do the math in your head. Rent is due in 9 days, you've got groceries to cover, and now this. And the worst part is you already know how it ends. The repair goes on the credit card. The credit card carries a balance, and somehow next month is already harder before it even starts. Here's the thing. That cycle doesn't happen because you're irresponsible. It happens because nobody ever showed you a system that actually works on a real budget. Not a YouTube budget, your actual budget. The standard advice is save 3 to 6 months of expenses. And honestly, that advice isn't wrong. It's just useless if you're starting from near zero and every month is already tight. It's like someone telling a person drowning in the shallow end to just swim to the deep end. So in this video, I want to walk you through a completely different approach, a 3-tiered system that builds your emergency fund in stages. Because the goal isn't to save 6 months of expenses overnight. The goal is to build financial protection that grows with you, starting this week. If you're someone who keeps putting off building an emergency fund because it feels impossible on your income, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it helps. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about why the standard advice fails people. When a financial expert says you need 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, that number sounds responsible, and it is. But for someone earning $3,000 a month with $2,600 going out the door, saving even 1 month's of expenses, $2,600, can feel so far away that most people never start. And here's what most people don't realize. Not starting is far more expensive than starting small. Because every month without any emergency savings is a month where one unexpected bill becomes a debt. That debt comes with interest, that interest tightens next month's budget, and suddenly the cycle has you, not the other way around. A 2024 Bankrate survey found that only 44% of Americans could cover a $1,000 emergency using savings. The other 56% would borrow it, use credit, or not cover it at all. That's not a character problem, that's a system problem, and systems can be fixed. So instead of treating emergency savings as one giant goal, we're going to break it into 3 tiers. Each tier has its own purpose, its own number, and its own path for getting there. Tier 1 is your stability buffer. Tier 2 is your security layer. Tier 3 is your full shield. You don't need all 3 today. You just need the next one. Tier 1, the stability buffer. Target, $500 to $1,000. Timeline, 30 to 45 days. This is the tier that stops the bleeding. A $500 to $1,000 buffer won't replace your income for months, but it will stop the financial domino effect, that chain reaction where one unexpected expense creates 3 new problems. Let's look at the math. Say your car breaks down and the repair costs $600. Scenario A, you have no savings. That goes on a credit card at 22% interest. If you carry that balance for a year making minimum payments, you'll pay roughly $730 for a $600 repair. Scenario B, you have a $600 emergency fund. You pay cash. The repair costs $600. That's it. The emergency fund doesn't just save you the repair cost, it saves you the stress spiral, the late fees, the interest, and the feeling that you're constantly one Tuesday away from disaster. So how do you get to $1,000 fast on a tight budget? 3 moves, and you can start all of them today. Move 1, the subscription audit. Open your bank statement and go back 30 days. Look for any recurring charge you forgot about or stopped using. Streaming services you share with someone else and still pay for separately. App subscriptions from 3 software trials ago. A gym you haven't been to since winter. The average American pays for about $219 per month in subscription services, according to a 2022 survey by C+R Research. Most people who audit their subscriptions find $20 to $50 they can cut immediately. Cancel one thing today. 1. That money moves straight to Tier 1. Move 2, the impulse friction rule. For the next 30 days, any non-essential purchase gets a 48-hour pause before you buy it. Not a ban, a pause. You want something, you wait 2 days. If you still want it, you can buy it. What you'll find is that most impulse purchases disappear on their own. They were never about the thing. They were about a feeling in the moment. Move 3, one fast income hit. Pick a weekend. Sell 3 to 5 things you no longer use. Old electronics, clothes, equipment, whatever's sitting in your closet. One weekend of effort can realistically add $80 to $200 to your Tier 1 fund. It's not glamorous. It works. One last thing on Tier 1. The moment you decide to build this buffer, open a completely separate savings account and put it there. Not in your checking account where it blends in. A separate account, ideally with a different bank. Rename it if you can. Something like emergency only or do not touch. This sounds like a small detail. It isn't. When your savings are visible and easy to access, your brain treats them as available. Out of sight means out of mind, and that's exactly what you want here. Willpower is not a financial strategy. Friction is. Tier 2, the security layer. Target 1 to 3 months of essential expenses. Timeline 3 to 8 months after Tier 1. Once your stability buffer is in place, the anxiety drops. You've proven to yourself that saving is possible. Now you build on it. But before we talk about how, you need your real number. Most people estimate their monthly expenses and get it wrong. They forget irregular costs, car registration, annual subscriptions, medical copays, and underestimate how much they actually spend on food and transport. Here's a quick way to get an honest number. Pull up 3 months of bank and card statements, add up everything that left your account, divide by 3. That's your real monthly spend. Now take your essential expenses only: rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, minimum debt payments, and that's your emergency fund target per month. Let's say that number is $2,200 per month. Your Tier 2 target is $2,200 to $6,600. That sounds like a lot, but here's what most people don't realize. You don't save Tier 2 all at once. You save it while Tier 1 is already working for you. The method: automation after the buffer. Once your Tier 1 fund hits $1,000, set up an automatic transfer, ideally the day after your paycheck hits, into the same separate savings account. The amount doesn't have to be large. $50 per week is $200 per month. $200 per month is $2,400 per year. If your Tier 2 target is $4,400, you're there in under 2 years, doing nothing differently except automating one transfer. Here's a savings rate formula that works on tight budgets. Take your monthly income after tax, subtract your true essential expenses. Whatever's left, save 30% of it, not 30% of your income, 30% of what's actually flexible. So if you earn $3,000 and your essentials run $2,400, you have $600 flexible. 30% of $600 is $180 per month towards savings. That's not painful, that's deliberate. Let me tell you about someone, I'll call him Marcus. Marcus earned about $38,000 a year working in logistics. Not a high income, but tight wasn't the right word either. It just felt that way because nothing was organized. He had his checking account, and that was it. Every dollar lived in the same place, and every dollar felt spoken for. He spent 20 minutes one Sunday doing the subscription audit, found $43 a month in charges he'd forgotten about. He opened a separate online savings account, set a $40 weekly transfer, used the 48-hour rule for 2 months, and found he was buying noticeably less. By month 7, he had $1,800 saved. That same month, his transmission went out, $1,400 repair. He paid it, no credit card, no stress spiral. He told me later that it wasn't even the money that mattered most. It was the fact that something went wrong and his life just kept moving. That's what Tier 2 gives you. Tier 3, the full shield. Target is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Timeline: 1 to 3 years after Tier 2. By the time you reach Tier 3, something important has already happened. Saving isn't a fight anymore. It's a habit. The system runs on its own. And now, you're building the kind of financial cushion that most people talk about, but never actually reach. A full 3 to 6 month fund means that if you lose your job tomorrow, you don't lose your apartment next month. You have time, real time, to make deliberate decisions instead of panicked ones. That kind of financial runway changes how you think, how you negotiate, and how much risk you can take in your career. Here are 2 ways to reach Tier 3 faster without changing your lifestyle. First, route windfalls directly to savings. Tax refunds, work bonuses, side income, birthday money. Any money that wasn't in your original budget goes straight to the fund before you get used to having it. This one habit can cut months off your timeline. Second, open a high-yield savings account for your Tier 3 money if you haven't already. As of 2024, many online banks offered 4 to 5% APY on savings accounts, compared to the national average of around 0.58% to traditional banks. On a $10,000 fund, that's the difference between earning $58 per year versus $400 to $500 per year. Your emergency fund should be working while it waits. And here's what most people don't realize about Tier 3. You don't need to fill it all at once. 6 months of expenses sounds extreme, but 3 months gives most people 90% of the psychological and practical protection. Build to 3 first, then keep going if your situation calls for it, if your income is variable, if you're self-employed, or if your expenses are high. One final thing that almost nobody talks about: what to do when you use your emergency fund. Because here's the trap. You spend a year building this fund. A real emergency hits, you use it, and then you feel so relieved it's over that you never replenish it. Now you have the habits of someone who saved, but the balance of someone who didn't. The rule is simple. The day you use the fund, your new first savings goal is replenishing what you spent, not the next tier, not investing. Replenishment first. That's what keeps the system alive. Let's put the whole picture together. Tier 1, $500 to $1,000, stops the domino effect. Get there in 30 to 45 days using a subscription audit, the impulse friction rule, and one fast income hit. Put the money in a separate account immediately. Tier 2, 1 to 3 months of essential expenses. Build it with a small automated transfer right after payday. Use the 30% of flexible income formula to find a contribution amount that doesn't hurt. Expect 3 to 8 months to complete. Tier 3, 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Route all windfalls here. Move the money to a high-yield savings account. Build to 3 months first, then decide if 6 makes sense for your situation. And always replenish before you move on. Here's the thing most people figure out too late. Financial security is not about having a lot of money. It's about not needing to panic when something goes wrong. And a 6-month emergency fund, built in stages, gives you exactly that. Not overnight, but faster than you think. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is usually not income, it's a system. And now, you have one. If this video helped you see how to actually build your fund on a real budget, hit that subscribe button for more practical money content every week. And I want to ask you something. Which tier are you starting at right now? 0 and building toward $1,000? Already have a small buffer and working toward a few months? Or are you trying to push to that full 6-month mark? Let me know in the comments, because that answer is the first step.